Each of us faces challenges that no one else can imagine. How we respond to these challenges defines our character.
An individual sport, so no one's gonna make you do it. No one's gonna make you practice, make you show up. It's a lot about how much you can motivate yourself.
Year after year, New York Longboard Association hosts the New York City Central Park Race, the apex of longboard competitions. Started by Fred Mai over 25 years ago, the race is 6.1 miles of rolling hills through the busiest park in the busiest city.
In this global climate, to be able to bring this diverse group of people together, put their phones down, and just enjoy something and have an actual shared experience, instead of being online and taking sides on some kind of political, religious, or some kind of view, which has nothing to do with actually like living life.
Every June is an annual homecoming for longboarders throughout the nation. Longboarders have been coming for years to test their limits of body, mind, endurance, and speed here in Central Park. As a community, we stand shoulder to shoulder, push by push, to achieve excellence for ourselves and our community. The stage is set for another battle between the city's best longboarders, who face not only each other, but also the traffic of bicycles, runners, park goers, and even horse-drawn carriages, because there are no closures for this race.
But the paint lines, there's these big paint lines that delineate where the pedestrians and the bikes should go, and if your sharp-lipped wheel gets stuck on that paint line, it can eject you.
Honestly, it's pushing through the pain. A lot of physical sports, like you hit your limit, and then you can kind of slow down. With skating, if you hit your limit and you push wrong, you can get a jolt in your foot, your leg can go out, and then you're kind of screwed for the rest of the race.
When you hit 59th Columbus Square on the other side, coming back around, because you know that you have about another quarter mile left, and if you have any of the competitors next to you, you know that it's going to be an all-out sprint. So you got to dig deep.
Most of the difficulties, the people, watching out for the bikers, watching out for the hills, watching out for the pebbles, trying to have fun, trying to get top 10, trying to place, but it's all self-improvement and trying to meet your own goals.
The other major challenge for riders are the rolling hills, including the Great Hill, where some riders are reaching 35 to 40 miles per hour.
First major difficulty is the change in terrain, the change in elevation. You have a very steep hill around the backside of the park.
But for the people who want to race and bomb that hill, it's going to be pretty tough. We had a massive crash last week.
Welcome to the 2023 installment of the Central Park Longboard Race. It's pre-race time in Central Park, and everyone is getting ready. Dozens of men and women will be competing and writing history in this 2023 longboard race. Last year, coming in men's first place was Lindsey, followed by Titus Lazare second, and Jayson Severin third. All three are here to fight for first place, as well as several other contenders. Last year, the first woman to cross was Jhanaiya Smith-Butler.
Third year, they disqualified me because I didn't have a helmet, because I can't find helmets to fit my hair.
Women's first went to Chantal Anastasia, second, Ekemini Nkanta, and third, Menen Maxwell. This year, Jhanaiya, with her helmet, Ekemini, and Menen are ready to battle each other, as well as a few other contenders. From New York City watching by, all the preparation of body, mind, and soul has led to this moment.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And they're off! Jayson is a real estate agent as well as a YouTuber with his skate channel Meet Jay.
Yeah, so my name is Jayson, and I'm racing in the Central Park race. Sponsored Wild Monkey Racing deck.
A pack of contenders quickly separates themselves from the group by getting ahead on the initial uphill.
I took the outside and went ahead, and I was ahead for about probably a mile.
Titus, who got second place the past 2 years, has his eye on the prize and is conserving his energy while still staying close to the front. Titus is a car enthusiast and is one of the few winners of the Broadway Bomb. The pack of front runners is led by Daniel, a 25-year-old from New Jersey who's been skating since he was 9, showcasing his raw power. And second is Jayson, the 2021 winner of the Queens native, skating for the past 7 years, and Titus, also from Queens, is in 3rd place. Chris, a 29-year-old skating for 2 decades, finds a feeling of peace in his addiction to speed and is trying to keep up with the leaders. Rush, a photography student, is constantly growing and pushing his limits on his board and is close to the front right next to Chris. Daniel is maintaining his initial lead, but has Jayson chasing right behind him.
Hello, my name is Unique. I am a skater of Manhattan.
For Unique David Johnson, skating is more than a hobby, it's a cure for mental woes. Rush and Chris, who skate together every week at Social Push, a weekly ride in New York City, are coming up behind in 4th and 5th place, battling each other. Special thanks to all the supporters, especially Earl Stout from Push to Survive, who really got the ball rolling on making this event happen. Other special mentions include Ian Nicholes for keeping this crazy community together, and prizes and trophies. Lukataya, Obishu, Istanbul, NYC for prizes and organizational support. Mark Wiener for creating the medallions. Let's check in with the front again. Daniel still has the lead with Jayson and Titus right behind him. All three are swerving to get through various moving obstacles along the path. Daniel is steadily increasing his lead after drafting behind a biker.
And then I actually sort of made eye contact with this cyclist and decided I was going to ride as close to behind him as I could. So I actually caught a nice little draft for about a quarter mile before the downhill on the backside. The cyclist wasn't going as fast as I wanted him to, so I took off a little bit. Went down the hill on the backside.
Skating has been a part of his identity since 2012 when he was gifted a Habitat leaf-lined longboard by his sister. Let's see where the women are. Skittles is in the lead with Jhanaiya chasing right behind. Daniel has gotten down the first big downhill with a large lead ahead of the other riders. Jhanaiya is not giving up and is determined to get from 2nd to 1st place. With a good lead, Daniel is implementing a riding technique called scogging, which involves alternating your pushing foot. Skittles is still in the lead at the north side of the park, about a third of the way through the race. Daniel is going down the S-turn on the Great Hill, with no contenders in sight. Back with the women, Jhanaiya has caught up to Skittles, and they are neck to neck as they approach the Great Hill.
Oh, definitely the S-bend. Further down the road, the S-bend, because it's really crowded today. There's a lot of people out, a lot of people just having fun, just relaxing. But for the people who want to race and bomb that hill, it's going to be pretty tough.
On the Great Hill, Skittles shows her downhill skills and regains a solid lead for herself in front of Jhanaiya.
Towards 110th, there's this huge downhill. Every year, people wipe out. A lot of the girls just don't even take the hill. And it's extremely dangerous, but every year, even if I do fall, which I don't normally, I remind myself that I get back up because I'm passionate about the sport and it's a lot of fun.
Daniel is still scogging to conserve energy and evenly use both legs.
Upcoming the hills and keeping that pace and maintaining that pace as you keep going up. The downhills are amazing, but the uphills are definitely the biggest trials that you have to do when it comes to this race. Because if you do not level yourself to those hills, they might take you out even before you know it.
Daniel is going through the rolling hills at a steady pace. Skittles is starting to feel the uphills more and is beginning to slow down a little with Jhanaiya quickly catching up. Riders are hitting exhaustion at this point and need to stay hydrated. Titus managed to use 2 large downhills on the northwest side of the park to catch up and is now just a bit behind 1st place.
Hi, my name is Jhanaiya. This is maybe my 4th or 5th time coming to Central Park race. I won 2 years.
Jhanaiya and Skittles are in the zone as they come around the west side and approach the 2nd big hill. Jhanaiya gains the lead at the top of the 2nd big hill.
Well, for me, I don't really like the downhills. I'm pretty good at uphills, but the downhills are pretty scary, especially when it comes to the bikers and the pedestrians.
But Skittles again uses her downhill ability to get ahead of Jhanaiya and is looking in control of this race on another tough uphill. Other special mentions include Paul from PopSignature for filming, Punit Chhabra from Studio 39 NYC for organizing and filming, Chaika Naze for making t-shirts, Alex Lopez for making merch, Organic Hogwash, Go Skate World and Sharples Union for all supporting. Titus is steadily closing the gap to 1st place and pushing himself, creating new limits.
Hard as fuck as usual. Had my lungs burning by the end, feeling like I was about to throw up, body aches everywhere. Same thing every year.
chase continues. Titus gets so close, he uses Daniel's drafting strategy himself. And then he uses the downhill to catch up.
And then probably halfway around the other side, Titus came out of nowhere. He just came flying past me. And that's when I knew the race was, that's when I knew it was competitive. That's when I knew it was a race and not just a walk.
And then gained the lead with about a quarter of the race remaining. Skittles still has the lead, seemingly enjoying flying down the hills, creating more space between her and the other contenders. Skittles is a fashion model and feels free while skating. She enjoys being able to drop all social masks and focuses on just going faster. This race has been going on for over 25 years and still has people from 2 decades ago attending to cheer on the new riders.
How do I compare myself? Yeah. I'm slow now. I used to be fast. I mean, I'm still fast. These new guys are like unbelievably fast, actually. And it's great to see how the times have been improving and the distances have been improving. People are going longer, faster. And that's paving the way for the new generation. We have more athletes coming in, actually.
Daniel's gained first place again and pushes like he's punishing the ground. Jhanaiya has closed the gap on the uphill and gained the lead. Skittles with a new fire catches up and they are neck to neck again.
Trying to reserve energy. Skittles was on my ass, and it's been a while since someone's like been on my ass like that. And I was almost just gonna, I was like, she got it. She got it.
Skittles takes the inside to get ahead. Back with men's. Titus has the lead as they come around the final bend of the park.
And that was a very hard race, actually. Titus and Titus Lazare, he's one of the best distance pushers in the city. We were pretty neck to neck, and he was flying by me up the hills at the end, and I was hauling back past him down the hills at the end. Titus really gave me a run for my money. I don't think that would have been as fast of a race for me if I didn't have Titus pushing me from behind.
Daniel takes back the lead, approaching the final stretch.
So maybe I did take a better line at the end, but Daniel, he's always pulling something out of nowhere, so can't be too careful. Dude's really strong, really fast. Enjoy the race against.
The race is getting tighter as we approach the finish line. Any technique or strategy can make the difference here.
I came back up on Titus with some hard pushes, and then right at the top of this final hill here, I was on the inside, and Titus knew a thing or two. He took the outside, and I know why. It's because the inside, you hit all the speed, the rumble strips, and there's some pretty chundery pavement in the inside there. So Titus won it fair and square, clean.
Titus takes men's first. Daniel claims men's second. Jayson comes in men's third. Back with the women, Skittles is still in first place.
I am here to win for women's and push myself past my limits and maybe beat my personal time from last year. I'm a lot for representation in all aspects of life, and if no girls show up, then people are gonna think girls don't skate. Do want to add the I Skate for Highlight Skate. It is a queer disabled owned skate brand based in Philadelphia. They hand make all their boards, and I love their cause.
Jhanaiya takes the lead with laser-like focus. Jhanaiya wins women's first. Skittles takes second place for women. Ekemini comes in women's third place. As the other riders come in, they are all eager to find out their times to see if they improved since last year. And now for the award ceremony. The women's first place winner is Jhanaiya Smith-Butler with a time of 28 minutes and 30 seconds. Jhanaiya rides for Highlight Skate, runs Black Girl Shred, and is an artist under the moniker Unapologetic. She picks the Pantheon Genesis deck as her prize. Men's first place winner is Titus Lazare with a time of 21 minutes and 28 seconds. Titus rides for Pantheon as well as Pat's Risers and is an active member of the national longboard scene. He picks the brand new Bustin' Skate Everything bag for his prize. Women's second place winner is Skittles with a time of 29 minutes and 3 seconds. She picks the 7-ply Pantheon Supersonic deck as her prize. Men's second place winner is Lindsey with a time of 21 minutes and 29 seconds. Daniel rides for Loaded and he picks the 8-ply Pantheon Supersonic deck for his prize. The women's third place winner is Ekemini Nkanta with a time of 30 minutes and 45 seconds. She picks a $50 Riptide gift certificate for her prize. Men's third place winner is Jayson Severin with a time of 22 minutes and 58 seconds. He picks bearings from Bustin' for his prize. That was an amazing and harrowing race with some really great competition. Everyone has a year to train for the next one.
Of course, every year, always.